valency bond theory is very important topic in this one, and crystal field theory also. Let us see bonding in coordination compounds, what it is saying. So many approaches, so different scientists have given their different opinions, have been put forth to explain the nature of bonding in coordination compounds. So what are those? One important one is valence bond theory, and second one is crystal field theory, third ligand field theory, fourth molecular orbital theory. This regarding you have studied molecular orbital theory in 11th, the name chemical bonding and molecular structure, there you have studied. But molecular orbital theory by keeping mind in the coordination compounds, that is different. So these things you will study in your higher studies. Which one? Ligand field theory and molecular orbital theory. So what you are going to study here, valence bond theory, crystal field theory. So I will, in this today's class, I will cover this valence bond theory. If you are having any doubt, you should ask me. So if earlier concepts are very clear to you, how to calculate the oxidation numbers, how to write the magnetic properties in the d block elements, magnetic calculation of the magnetic, diamagnetic, paramagnetic. If it is clear, then this concept will be very, very easy. Otherwise, this is going to be difficult. So you have to be clear. So I will explain in a simpler manner. Try to understand that. Still, if you are having doubt, you can sit and you have to go through that one. Then if still questions are there, you can ask me. So what we are going to study? Valence bond theory and crystal field theory. So this is very, very important. These two. Okay. These two are very, very important. In that too, this is more important. So this is 100% question guarantee. Okay. You can, this 90% chances are there. But this one is most important. Now, what is valence bond theory? Who proposed this one? Paul. Carl Pauling. Linus Carl Pauling. So he has proposed this one. He got Nobel Prizes in 1954. Two times he got the Nobel Prize, 1954 and 1962. So valence bond theory, that much importance is. So what is basically, we know that orbitals in hybridization, what happens? Different orbitals, s orbitals, p orbitals combines together. For example, one s orbital, three p orbitals are combining, so sp3 orbital is forming. So the same case with the metals also. So to form the bonding with the ligands, so what they will do, they will mix together and they will form the equal energy orbitals and they will take the electrons from the ligands. So this is what he explained about the hybridization. So different concept he has explained. So we know about the covalent bond. What is covalent bond? When covalent bond forms, when the orbitals of two atoms overlap and are occupied by pair of electrons. So this is only happening here also. So what is covalent bond? For example, hydrogen is there. Okay, hydrogen is there. This is the nucleus. This is the nucleus. So here electrons are there. Electron, hydrogen electron. So how the covalent bond forms? They will come together. What they will do? They will come together, hydrogens. So here two electrons will be shared in between. That also will be where present between the two nucleuses. So this is only the covalent bond. So the same case in coordination compounds, what happens? They mix up with the orbitals of the ligands. So here two different, so two same also can be possible, two different also can form covalent bonds. So like metals and ligands also the same way they can mix up the orbitals, those but one is giving the electrons in between the shared region. Here what is happening? Here two are sharing. Here two are sharing in covalent bond. But in coordination compounds, what is happening? One metal is there, one ligand, both are combining. So these two electrons comes from where? Come from the orbital only. Okay, so this is what the definition of this one. Here it is only given the covalent compound, and this you should know. So what it is basically, see, like for example, 4 is there. The coordination number 4 is there. I will write the coordination number here. Coordination number 4 is there. Coordination number, and I will write the hybridization. Hybridization. You only have to tell the answer for this one and shape. Okay, structure, which type of structure that will have. So if coordination number is 4, so for example, like NiCl4 is there. Okay, NiCl4, or for example chromium NH34 is there. So these are having the coordination number 4. Basically coordination, the 4 ligands are there, right? Because chromium is there, so ammonia will give the lone pair of electrons, NH3. Okay, NH3. Like this. Shapes will be different. For your understanding, I have written like this. But actually the shape will not be like this. Shape can be this type of also possible. Another type, this type of also possible. Okay. This type of also. These only the shapes, right? Like different. So you have to tell now, if coordination number 4 is there, what will be the hybridization of these compounds? What is the possible way of hybridization? Aishwarya, what could be the possible hybridization?
sp3.
Very good. What it will be? sp3 it is. Very good. So what it will be? sp3, one of the possible way. What the shape will be? sp3 means?
Tetrahedral.
Very good. Tetrahedral. Okay. So another is also possible. If 4 is there, another also possible. What is that one? Vidisha, can you tell?
sp2d.
See, sp2d is not possible, but dsp2 is possible. Okay, how this dsp2 is coming, that we will discuss anyhow. Okay, here also 4 is there. 1, 2, from here to 4. If this type of is coming, dsp2, the shape of that will be square planar. Square planar. Next, number 5. What will be for number 5? Rohini, what it will be the hybridization for 5 coordination number? If 5 ligands are there.
sp3d.
Very good. The shape will be?
Trigonal bipyramidal.
Oh, very good. So trigonal bipyramid is possible. Trigonal bipyramidal. Like in the case of PCl5, you have seen. What is trigonal bipyramidal means? So this is the trigonal and bipyramidal, two sides like this. So this type of also coordination compounds ligands can be arranged. This is only the geometry. And next, if 6th is another also possible with 5, the shape, what is that one? Vidisha, what is another one is possible? Vidisha. Rohini, what is another one is possible one?
Trigonal tetrahedral.
Pooja, do you know?
Yes.
What is the another name, another possible one? Structures. Square pyramidal. What it is? Square pyramidal. Square bipyramidal means that is again that will be octahedral. Octahedral means like this. So square pyramidal, one pyramidal. So that also can be possible. But in coordination chemistry, this trigonal bipyramid only you study. Okay. So if 6th is there, if 6 is there, so what will be that one? Nikhil, if 6 is there, what the hybridization will be? Nikhil, Pooja, what is the hybridization will be if 6 ligands are there? If coordination number 6 is there. By looking at this, you can tell.
sp3d3.
sp3d3 means कितने हो जाएगा? How many that will become? See, d3 I have written 1, 3, 4 plus 3, 7 हो रहा है.
Yes, sir.
Here you can see 1, 3 plus 1, 4 plus 1, 5. Just
Sir, sp3d2.
sp3d2. What will be shape of this one? Geometry of this compound. What it will be, Pooja?
Sir, hexagon.
No.
Octahedral.
Octahedral. Okay. Octahedral. Very good. So another in coordination compound, another is also possible. That is What is that one? D2sp3. This also possible. D2sp3. Okay, d orbitals comes first. So this is also possible. That how this type of hybridization is coming, that we will see. So this case also the possibility structure will be octahedral. Okay, so this is how geometries they will ask in the examination, and hybridization they will ask, and magnetic properties they will ask, and high spin, low spin complexes. These type of questions only can be asked. Is it clear, Aishwarya?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will see how the, so this is what I have discussed till now. If it is sp3, the geometry will be tetrahedral. If it is dsp2, coordination number is 4, that will be spare planar. If it is 5, sp3d, which is trigonal bipyramidal. If it is 6 number, coordination number sp3d2, octahedral. If it is 6, d2sp3, octahedral. Okay, so this is how we will see one examples how this hybridization is coming exactly. We will take this complex. We will take this complex CO NH36 3 plus. Okay, CO NH36 3 plus. I am taking this complex which is CO NH3 6 3 plus. What is the IUPAC name of this compound? Vidisha, how to write this IUPAC name of? So everything you have to practice. Everything you have to practice when you solve this type of question. So we will see magnetic property of this compound. We will see the high spin or low spin. So what is that one? I will explain you anyhow. Hybridization also we will see. So different. So can you tell the name of this compound, Vidisha? How to write this one? Aishwarya, can you tell? Pooja, yes, tell. Somebody tell.
Hexaamine cobalt.
Hexaamine cobalt. That's it. Cobalt, and Roman numbers you have to write 3. Okay, like this. This is only a IUPAC name of this compound. If some anion is there, for example, Cl2, Br2, such type of things are there, what you have to do, you have to write it as a chloride or bromide. Like that you have to continue. That's it. So this is the name of this compound. Now, in your NCRT, according to NCRT, 2 things you have to keep in mind to solve this type of compounds. 2 different type of ligands. So one is strong ligand, and another one is the weak ligand. Okay, weak ligand. So to solve these questions, strong ligands are like NH3, CO, carbonyl, and cyanide. These are considered as a strong ligands. So for example, this one ligand is a strong ligand. So if strong ligand is there, that hybridization property will be changed, different hybridization. We may get a D2sp3 instead of sp3d2. So how that will, that anyhow I will explain you. So weak ligands, apart from this one, any ligand you see, that you consider it as a weak ligand. Okay, in higher studies that will different will you study anyhow, but for the standards of 12th, these things you have to keep in mind. What are strong ligands? Now NH3, these 2 are most important, NH3 and cyano and amine and carbonyl. Weak ligands are like F minus, fluoride, chloride, H2O, okay, bromide, all rest all En. So different, all these are you consider it as a weak ligands. So En is not a weak ligand anyhow. Okay, so like that you have to, one spectrochemical series is there that you have to study. But here what you have to, these things you have to keep in mind. You have to, by looking at this complex, you have to find it out whether it is a strong ligand or weak ligand. Okay, if it is strong ligand, what happens? If it is weak ligand, what happens? That I will explain you anyhow. So what is the oxidation state of cobalt here? What is the oxidation state here? 3 plus, right? CO 3 plus. That is only I have written. So before of that one, before to write the CO3 plus, let's write the oxidation electronic configuration of cobalt. What is the atomic number of cobalt, Pooja?
27.
Very good. 27. Okay. So I will write now electronic configuration of this one. argon. Next 3D 7 4s2. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
So this is cobalt. But in this complex, what it is present here, CO, cobalt is present it as a 3+. Cobalt is present it as a 3+. So 3+ means what? It became now, what is now? CO3+ means, Vidisha, what is the electronic configuration now?
4s0 3d6.
Very good. 4s0 3d6. So now the concepts are clear to you. That's how quickly you are able to say. Earlier you were struggling to write. Now it is very clear to you because you have done some groundwork. Now I will write this one. 3D. Okay. Let me erase this one. I will write 3d6 4s0 and here it will present 4p also and 4d also because fourth shell is started here. So that's how different hybridizations we are getting here. Okay. Now we will see 3d6 means 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. 5 you have to fill first, 5 electrons, 1 2 3 4 5. Next you have to start the pair 3d6. Next what you have to do, you have to write it as a 4s0 and 4p0 and 4d0. All you write initially. Okay. Later that you can avoid based upon your practice. 1 2 3 4. Let it practice from starting only. 3d6. Now basically what happens here, cobalt is there, which is 3+. Now ligands are coming. What are the ligands? NH3 ligands. How many are coming? 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. What they are doing basically, this lone pair of electrons, those are giving. This lone pair of electrons are giving to the cobalt. So where it will give? To which orbital? Because one lone pair of electron is giving to the empty orbitals. So that cannot give here because the electrons are here. So what is possibility here? Here empty orbitals are present. So these orbitals only can take. Here one thing you have to keep in mind that if strong ligands are there, like NH3, CO, CN, if these type of strong ligands are there, what they will do? They will pair up these electrons. This is the key step here. Key important thing is this one. That will pair up these electrons. Which one? Strong ligands. If it is weak ligands, they cannot pair up it. If F- is there, for example, COF6 is there, that also we will see what the hybridization will be there, what the magnetic properties will be there. Okay. So in this case, that will be paired up. So paired up means what happens basically? This I will once again I will rewrite this one. I will rewrite 1 2 3 4. Here 2 electrons will be like that. This electron, okay, this electron and this electron will be paired up. Okay, like this, and this electron and this electron will be paired up like this. Now what happens? This became empty now. These two became empty. Okay, are you getting my point, Aishwarya?
Yes, sir.
So this is happens in the strong ligands, but weak ligand this will not possible. So how many is required now? Try to understand here. 6 ligands are coming. 6 ligand means 6 lone pair of electrons are taking. So who will take? The first empty orbitals will take. What are those one? This one, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So what happens now? All these will be clubbed. All these will be clubbed. All these will club. And they will form 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 orbitals of the hybridized orbital. So who are clubbing here? D orbitals, which is here. Okay, here from here, D2. These D2 orbitals are coming. And 1s orbital and 3p orbital, sp3. Okay, all these 3p orbital. So that's how the hybridization of this compound is D2sp3. What it will now, I will once again rewrite this compound, this one, that will be easy for you. Okay. So what happens now? This I will remove. Okay. So here it is paired up. Here this is paired up. Okay. Here it is paired up. 3 are paired up. So now what I will do? This I will remove and I will club all this. This I will remove and this I will club. I will remove this. This d orbital, because same energy orbitals has to form, right? So that's how I am removing this one. This I will okay, I will write this once again. That will be easy for you. 1, 2, 3 only I will write. 1, 2, 3. Okay, because the 2 orbitals, what is happening? Those are mixing all s and p. Here how many? 6 orbitals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. D orbitals anyhow, that is not clubbing. Because how many NH3 are coming? 6 NH3. Those are giving the lone pair of electrons. So NH3 will come with their lone pair of electrons now. NH3. All these NH3s 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All these will give this lone pair of electrons to him. Okay. Now what happens? Same energy orbitals are formed now. Now this is 2, 4. From nitrogen only these are coming. Okay. So this is the how. What is the hybridization now? D2sp3 in the case of this complex. Now they ask in the examination magnetic property. What is the magnetic property? Whether it is paramagnetic or diamagnetic, what it is? What it is, Vidisha? Is it diamagnetic or paramagnetic? What do you feel?
Diamagnetic.
Why it is diamagnetic?
Because no lone pair of electrons are present.
Not lone pair, low, single electron you can say. Lone pair means what? Pair means again this one only. All are paired electrons only. No single electron, no unpaired electron. The word what you have to use, unpaired electron. Don't get confused. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
since unpaired electrons are unpaired electrons are absent here, this is the diamagnetic. CO NH3 6 3 plus. Now another thing, spin nature, spin complex. Which type of spin complex they ask it? Spin complex. Okay. Spin means, for example, more unpaired electrons are there. That is called the high spin complex. What we call? We call it as a high spin complex. If less unpaired electrons are there, that's called the low spin complex. What we call? It is a low spin complex. So what is this, Aishwarya? Low spin complex or high spin complex? Aishwarya. Rohini.
Low.
In complex.
Low spin or high spin? Pooja. Pooja, which complex it is now? Low spin complex or high spin complex? Vidisha. Network issues, I think.
Spin, sir.
Huh?
Low spin.
Low spin. That's what. Okay, if more unpaired electrons are there, that's we call it as a high spin complex. What we call high spin. If less lone pair of unpaired electrons are there, that's what we call it as a low spin complex. So all are paired electrons only. That's how this complex is the low spin complex. So what is the geometry of this compound, Vidisha?
Octahedron.
Octahedron. So all things are covering here. What we have seen, magnetic property we have seen, hybridization we have seen, the spin complex nature we have seen. So many things we have seen. So this is how you have to solve this type of question. So another one we will take where cobalt is the oxidation state 3 only. Okay, is my voice is clear to you, Vidisha?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is what we have discussed just now. This is how it is paired up here, and all are clubbed here, S and P3, and this is called the, another one is inner orbital. Inner orbitals. Why we are calling it as inner? These orbitals are the inner d orbitals. Sometimes what happens, outer d orbitals, like if for example if it is not paired up, that electrons come here, these orbitals are called the, if it is mixed in the hybridization, so this is called the outer orbitals. If it is mixed, so which one is mixing? Inner d orbitals are mixing, so that's how we call it as the inner orbital. Or low spin or spin paired complex. Spin paired because spin is pairing here. And this is the diamagnetic. What it is? Diamagnetic because there is no unpaired electrons are present. Now,
Excuse me.
yes, Vidisha.
Sir, the electrons are moving and pairing. The electrons of cobalt are pairing with each other. So we can say that they are excited.
No, it's not excited. It's paired up. Excited means what? For example, from here, if it is coming here, another orbital, then we say it as excited.
Yes, sir.
Now it is like pairing. Okay, those are losing energies and those are pairing. This is the complex of this one. So what is this one? Hybridization we have seen D2sp3 and complex inner orbital, and it is a low spin and spin paired complex are, yes.
Sir, if unpaired electrons are there, means they are a paramagnetic, sir.
Yes, that we have studied already in D block elements, Aishwarya. Okay. So another we will see now, COF6 3 minus. How we can solve this one? We will see now. What is this one? Is it a weak ligand or strong ligand? Vidisha.
Strong ligands.
Fluoride is a strong ligand.
Weak, sir.
Only strong ligands, what you have to keep in your mind, that ammonia, cyanide and carbonate. Okay, in that two, ammonia and cyanide, these two you have to keep in your mind. Okay, now we calculate the, what is the name of this compound? Let us see here, 3 minus. So let's first try to solve the oxidation number of this one. So 3 minus means this is anionic. There may be some cationic part, you don't worry about that one. Like for example, Na3K3, such type of cation may be there. That you have to write. Then this part you have to write. How you have to write? Hexafluorido, and cobaltate. And 3 will come. Because how? Cobalt is the X6. Fluorine means what? Minus 1. Minus 1 into 6 means minus 6 is equal to the minus 3. Because the total charge is minus 3. Now what happens? X is equal to the minus 3 and plus 6. This will become plus 3. So here also the oxidation state of cobalt is plus 3 only. Now the same way we will write now. Cobalt 3 plus. So what is the 4s? What is the electronic configuration for this one, Vidisha? Just now we have seen 3D
7, 4s2.
That's not 3D7. 3D6, 4s0. Because 3D7, 4s2 is electronic configuration of cobalt, right? So 3 you have to remove. 2 from the s orbital, 1 from the 3D orbital. Is it okay, Aishwarya?
Yes, sir.
So 3D6 and 4s0. Now I will write the orbitals. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 4s0 and 4p0. 1, 2, and 4d0. 4d also there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this you have to arrange now. 3d6 means, okay. Now fluoride. Fluoride is what I have said. Fluoride, chloride, bromide, water. All these are the weak ligands. Aqua, all these are the weak ligands. So what they cannot pair up these electrons. What they cannot pair up these electrons. So but here 6 ligands are coming. 6 ligands are coming. So here also fluoride is giving the lone pair of electron, whatever it is that is having F6. So how that can be given now? This cannot pair up, that is clear. Now 6 orbitals, empty orbitals that required. What then in that situation, what metal will do? That mix up these orbitals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From here to here, All these orbital will be mixed up. Now I will write once again this 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are not disturbing now. Pooja, are you able to hear me, Pooja? Okay, here 6 orbitals. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now how many left here? You don't worry about this one. This P here, no electrons are there. So what is the hybridization of this one, Aishwarya, now? Aishwarya.
sp3d2.
Very good. So what is the hybridization of this one? sp3d2, because one s 3p orbital, 2d orbital combined, and this is how this. And who is giving electron? Fluoride is giving the electron. So these are the coming from fluoride ligand. All these are coming from the fluoride only. That's how metal is combining. The orbitals are overlapping with this fluoride p orbitals, and that's how this is forming the complex. So sp3d2. Now Rohini, can you hear me, Rohini? Hybridization of this complex is sp3d2. Rohini. Nikhil, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Nikhil.
Yes.
So now you tell me what is the geometry of this compound?
Octahedral, sir.
Octahedral. Now magnetic property you tell. Rohini.
Diamagnetic.
Diamagnetic is it correct, Vidisha? Is it correct, Aishwarya?
Paramagnetic.
Paramagnetic it is now, because electrons are there. So this is what the importance of this one. Unpaired electrons are there. That's how. What is this one? Paramagnetic. Okay. Now spin complex, high spin or low spin it is?
High spin.
High spin.
High spin. This is high spin. Or this is called the outer orbital complex, outer d orbital complex, because this outer d orbitals are using in the hybridization. That's how we call it as a outer d orbital complex. Okay, now I think it is clear to you. This is only valency bond theory. So different type of complexes they will give, and they will ask you all these questions. So what is the hybridization? What is the shape of that compound? All these things, questions can be asked to you. So you have to practice it. Is it clear now? Is it clear, Aishwarya?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is only valency bond theory, very, very important thing. Now this one, all of you practice. Now you have to show me this one. NiCN4 2 minus. All of you write on your notes, and everyone has to show me. Wait, Vidisha, I am coming to you. What you have done, sp3d. Okay. So that's what I was saying, Vidisha. First you write the 3d, then you write 4s, 4p, 4d. Then only that will be easy to you. All of you correct that one. Why since starting, how I have written 3d I was writing first. So this was the reason. 4s, then 4p. This is how, because 3 के बाद 4 start होता है ना, 4p. और तुम इधर से ऐसे स्टार्ट किया तो तुम्हारा हाइब्रिडाइजेशन पूरा गलत हो गया. फिर से कोशिश करो. This is wrong, Vidisha.
Yes, sir.
It is diamagnetic, that's true, but it's not a. How it can be trigonal bipyramidal? How many ligands are there? Only 4 ligands only. CN4 2 minus. Okay, what it is? This one 4 I have written. NiCN4 2 minus. So the name of this complex is anion complex. So how tetracyanonickelate, and oxidation state you have to calculate. How you can calculate oxidation state? NiEx. Okay, X 4 into minus 1, because cyanide is minus 1. So minus 4 is equal to the total charge is minus 2. So X is equal to the minus 2 plus 4. That's how you get the X value plus 2. Now First you write the electronic configuration of nickel. What is this one? 3D. First you write the 3D, that you practice. Then only this will be easy for you. That's how since starting I am writing 3D first, then 4S I am writing. Okay, in textbook that they may be give you 4S, 3D, different type of things they may be given. Don't get confused. Whenever you practice this type only you practice. 3D, 4S, 4S2 and 3D, how many it is now? 3D8 it will be, because nickel atomic number is how much it is? 28. 20. So argon is 18, 20, 28. But what we require now? Ni plus 2. This we require. So from where the electrons are going? From here only electrons are going. So now I will write the electronic configuration. 3D8, 4S0, 4P0 and 4D0. Till 4D you write. There is no harm to write, though electrons are not there. Next, I write 1, 2, 3, 4, 4S0, 4P0 and 4D0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what is the ligand that you have to find it out? So 3D8 I will write 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. I said first you fill the 5 electrons, then pair up 6, 7, 8. Okay, for the to write quickly I am writing like this. But 5 you have to write according to the above rule. Then you have to fill this one, the sequence according to the Above-Hund's principle, all spin quantum numbers. So you have to follow these rules. Next, since it is a strong ligand, what this will do now? This will mix up this. Which one? Cyanide, because he is a strong guy. Cyanide, Cn, NH3. These two are important, and CO also. Okay, carbonate. So what this will do? This will pair up now. Now I will write now once again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will pair up. These two I am going to pair up. Now this orbital is left. Okay. 1, 2. How many cyanides are there? 4. 4 ligands only there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So 4 only we required. 4 orbital. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. These many orbitals only will combine. So we combine this. So what it will left now? This 4 you write 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. All are paired up here. Now this you have to combine. These 4. These are the hybridized orbital. These only hybridized orbital. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where cyanide will give the electrons here. Cyanide will give the unpaired electron. These electrons are coming from where? From the cyanide. 4. Because that is Cn minus, right? So these only unpaired lone pair of electrons. 2 electrons. One charge, anion charge means 2 electrons are present. So that is only this one. Next. So this I have clubbed. So 1 orbital is left here. So 5 d orbitals are left here. That's it. 1, 2, 3. You don't worry about all these things. So whatever it is mixed, this only important for us. So what is mixed now? 1 d orbital, 1 s orbital, 2 p orbital. That's how hybridization of this complex is dsp2. And I said if it is dsp2, what is the shape of geometry? Square planar complex. Square planar. If it is sp3, the complex will be tetrahedral. But what we are getting here? We are getting the square planar one. dsp2 we are getting. That's how it is the square planar. Now, what is the spin complex? It is low spin complex. Low spin, because all are paired. All are paired. And inner orbital, because this inner orbital are combining. This inner d orbital. That's how we call it as a inner d orbital complex also. Inner d orbital complex. Magnetic property. All are paired up here. So what is the property of this one? Diamagnetic. Hope it is clear now to all of you. Is it clear, Aishwarya?
Yes.
So now simple another one I will take and I will finish off this one. So another one I am writing Ni. NiCl4 2 minus. It is simple now because Cl is a weak ligand and it is a tetrahedral. By looking the structure itself, okay, this is 4 ligand, weak ligands. Okay, 4 means what? The hybridization will be sp3. Okay, if sp3 means what? The structure will be tetrahedral. sp3 means here no d orbitals are coming from the starting. That means that outer d orbital complex. Outer orbital complex you can write. Outer orbital complex. And you can say it is unable to pair up the electrons. So simply you can say that unpaired electrons are present. So paramagnetic character. Because it is a weak ligand. Why? It is a weak ligand. That's it. That is unable to pair up. So many things by practice. Okay, in the examination, there may be, even though weaker ligand is there, unless until you write the electronic configuration, you cannot come to know whether that is unpaired electrons are present or there. Okay, but if you don't have time, what you have to do, these are the famous, every time they ask in the examination: NiCl4, NiCN4, CONH36, COF6 minus. These are the famous ones. So by looking at this also, you can write. You have to write and you have to fill this one. Hope this is clear now. Okay, is it still doubts are there? Rohini, is it clear to you? Vidisha, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Now, this is how we are going to complete this valence bond theory. Before of that one, I will, complete. I will show you this one, where it is. Yeah. Okay, that's how this complex is. This one, you can see, it is a square planar complex, NiCN4, because all are pairing up here. Ni2 plus. Next, NiCl4 also you can see, this is NiCl4. What it is? Outer orbital or high spin complex, because Cl is unable to pair up these electrons. Those are present there. So who are mixing? These three, S and 3. So total, these are coming from chloride. Okay, whatever, if it is chloride is there, fluoride is there, and paramagnetic, this is unpaired. And since sp3 is there, tetrahedral. So these limitations, you go through that one, okay, and you learn, you try to understand that limitations. So this is how it is. And from weak or strong, in the crystal field theory, you will study basically. Okay, so this is, we will see now. This is how these are the strong, NH3, En, this is also strong, Cn. These are the strong, you can see. Weaker field, smaller field. This you have to remember. And these are the weaker field, I minus, Br minus, all almost. These cannot pair. These, whoever is the strong, they only can pair. Okay, this anyhow we will discuss once again in the crystal field theory. This is very, very important to remember. Spectrochemical series. The sequence you have to remember. Okay, so that's how it is.